So according to a recent Wall Street Journal report, more Americans are tapping into their 401k savings. Vanguard Group says a record 6% of workers made hardship withdrawals just last year. Joining us now to break all of this down and what this might say about what's called a K-shaped economy, we have Kshaped Vice President Financial Advisor Kathryn McCall. Thank you so much for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Okay, let's get to the elephant in the room. What is a K-shaped economy?
Okay, so it's not shaped like an elephant. It's shaped like the letter K. So if you look at the upper level of that K, okay, the top side of the right-hand side of the K, you're looking at the haves. So these are folks in the economy that are currently experiencing the last 4 years of inflation has been a breeze.
Okay.
Why has it been a breeze? They've had a wonderful stock market at their backs. They've had real estate portfolios that have gone up in value and that have improved in terms of the rental income that they can receive. And they've had a better than average rate of return on their portfolios.
Okay, so I'm almost kind of just by deduction, if the upper part is the haves, the bottom part
is the have-nots.
Okay.
So this is the roughly 80% of the economy that is currently, paying rent at higher rates than they've ever paid in their lives, not seeing their wages grow with inflation at the same level, seeing higher medical costs and much bigger cost of living in terms of rent, but also daycare costs, all that good stuff.
Often going paycheck to paycheck.
That's right. And these are the folks that in Vanguard's, survey are really struggling. They're on average only taking out $1,900 for this hardship withdrawal. So that tells me that we're having more trouble with our day-to-day. On average, they were experiencing evictions, foreclosures, and medical expenses to make those withdrawals, which, we talk a lot about the emergency fund and the importance of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so, and again, that whole idea of just trying to make ends meet, you tend to hope that that's a short-term thing, but what's the long-term effect of having this K-shaped economy?
Yeah, so this cultural phenomenon is only going to keep widening if we continue to experience this deviation between two groups, right? That can make society, tough from just a cultural getting along perspective. It can create wars, but setting that piece aside, it is tough for an economy that is consumer driven, right? The U.S. GDP is really driven by the consumer at about 71% success rate, tied to the consumer. If the consumer gets hurt over time, not to get political, but when we start seeing higher gas prices, as we're experiencing right now, that can add to the pressure. And again, that deviation between these two economies can make pressure at a lot of levels.
It's kind of like death by paper cuts. It's not just going to be one source that your cost of living might be rising. So what advice do you have for folks who are we're just on the verge of thinking I might have to dig into that? Yeah,
I think that, so if there's $390 billion just in the next 3 months, or last month and next 2 months, that are coming into the economy in terms of tax refunds. If you are someone getting a refund, I highly recommend that you put it in your emergency account. Save that money for a rainy day, because we don't know what's coming, and it's really important to have a backstop if you need it.
Have as many as possible if you're fortunate enough to have that. All right, Kathryn, thank you so much for your time. Always appreciate you stopping by.
Take care.
Time right now.